Good morning. It is Monday, May 4th, 2020. I'm going to let you in on a little secret today. Guess what? We only have 2 letter books to go. Give yourself a golf clap. You guys have done an amazing job of working your way through our letter books. 2 to go. All right, today we're going to be starting a new letter book. Today's letter book, 2 letters again. So we're going to be working on X and Y today. X and Y. You'll notice that X is sitting in a box. And on top you have a ball of yarn. So X says X. Remember we've talked about that when we do letter X, when we're reviewing letters, we always cross our hands and go X to make that sound. It's K and S together. So it says X. Y says ya. Today, we're going to be focusing on letter X. We're going to do that first in the first part of our letter book, and then we'll be moving on to Y. So we're going to be working with X, and X says X. What's interesting about X, we don't hear that sound a lot at the beginning of a word, right? We'll say its name in words like X-ray. Hear it? X-ray, but we don't hear that X. X you hear more typically at the end of a word. So we're going to be reviewing some items that have X at the end. So I'm going to show you a few things that end in X. All right, this is the first one. This is an ox. You can try to read that with me. Ox. So we have ah, and then X is going to say X. Ox ends in X. The next thing we have fox. Fox ends in X. So we have fox. Fox begins in X. So we hear that X at the end. We're going to be making one of these later in the week. Box. Box ends with X. Axe. Axe ends in X. We've been using this a long time. The number 6. We hear that X at the end. X. 6. So we hear X at the end of a lot of words. So look at your letter book, and again we have the word box. Let's type that out. Box. Hear that KS sound at the end? That's the X sitting at the end of the word. Turn your letter books and look at page 1. You'll notice something on page 1. I'm going to show you something. So I bet some of you have played Tic Tac Toe before. I don't know if you can see my board or not. But you start with X's and O's. And in this one, I'm looking to find, I want to get 3 in a row, right? And so if I'm X, do you see a place where I could get 3 in a row so I could win the Tic Tac Toe? Right. I can put an X right here, and I'll have 3 in a row, and I'll have 1 Tic Tac Toe. So what you're looking at in your letter book is the game Tic Tac Toe. Let's look and see what's on our letter book. There are some items in our O's that end in X. Anybody know what this says? Right, axe. We looked at that. Axe ends in X. We move over, we see ox. Ox ends in that KS sound that's made X makes ox. Come down here. 6. X. X. Last one. Fox. Fox. Hear that? X at the end. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your pop-out card on the front of your letter book. You'll notice you have an X. So you're going to finish this game. So if you were the X's, do you see a space where you could get 3 in a row? What if I put my X here? Would I have 3 in a row? No. What if I put it there? Would I have 3 in a row? Yes. So you're going to glue your X to win the tic-tac-toe. I want you to go back and sound out each of these words and hear the X at the end. Then you're going to give yourself a big check and flip over to page 2. On page 2, you're going to notice we have some illustrations for us. There are 2 words at the bottom of each illustration. You're going to read the words. You can tap and blend if you need to. And you're going to circle the one that describes the illustration. Be careful. They are trying to trick you. These all end in x, x. So let's look at them together. And I want you to circle the one that describes the illustration that you're looking at. Let's start over here. We're looking particularly at this tool. Let's read our words. Axe, axe, or ox, ox. Is that an axe or an ox? It's an axe. So you're going to come over here and circle axe. Move over here. I see a man and he is doing something to that fence. Wonder what it is. Has to end in x. Let's read the first word. Fox. F-ox. Is that a fox? I don't think so. All right, let's move over. The next one is f-ix. Fix. Does he look like he's trying to fix the fence? I think so. So you want to circle the one that says fix. Let's move down here. This is a number. Let's read our options that we have. First one is s-ix, six, or m-ix, mix. Is that a 6 or mix? 6. So you're going to put a 2 o'clock dot around it. All right, let's move to the next one. I see a cart and an animal. Let's see what our options are. First one is axe. Axe? Well, we've already circled an axe. We know that's not an axe. But is it an ox? Ox? Yes, there's an ox pulling the cart. So you're going to circle the ox. Now we're going to move down here. Our options are ox, box, or f-ox, fox. Is that illustration a box or a fox? Right, a fox. So you're going to do a 2 o'clock dot and circle the fox. We're going to move over here. Our choices are, oh, guess what? Guess what we have? We have compound words. We have compound words at the bottom. So let's listen to these words. Sandbox, sandbox. Or is it a hat box? Hat box. So if I were compounding those, I would say sandbox, sandbox, hat box, hat box. What is it? Is it a sandbox or a hat box? Yep, sandbox. And so you're going to circle the word sandbox right there. You can put your hand on your chin. Let's see how many syllables those compound words have. Sandbox, 2 syllables. Hat box, 2 syllables. So both those words have 2 syllables. Compound words. Sound them out. Decide which one describes the illustration and circle it. All right, now you're going to turn over to page 3. And on page 3, we're doing it a little bit differently because you're going to be writing the upper and lowercase letter at the same time. You're going to work on both. Do you see that you're practicing both of them down here? So they're moving you along very quickly with X. So I'm going to show you how to make X. X is 2 strokes. So you start over here on the left and you go red to green and make 1 slanted line. Then you're going to come over here on the red and go red to green and make 1 slanted line. So you have capital X. Now I'm going to add lowercase x so you can see what it looks like. And guess what? Lowercase x and uppercase x are the very same, except uppercase touches the red, so we start at the red. Yeah, the lowercase starts on the yellow, so we're going to step down here to the yellow. So you're going to make crisscross. We all know that, right? Letter X, crisscross. And down here, you're going to do the same. We have done this so many times when we're working in our letter book and we have to X out an item because it's not the right letter or not the right sound. So even though we said we're making just a crisscross on it, we're actually making X, letter X, and X makes the KS sound X, X. So today you'll be doing pages 1, 2, and 3, and you'll be writing uppercase X. Remember, you can take your finger and do the black ones, trace the gray ones in pencil, and then right down here you're going to be alternating. Uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. They give you your start points. Remember, X makes the sound X, X. Do pages 1, 2, and 3 today, and I will see you tomorrow.